Welcome to Hometown Happenings. I'm Carol McCarthy in the classroom today. I am in here with Steve Sunby, who is a driver's ed instructor, and we are taking a test, a little quiz today. And throughout the show, we're going to invite you to get your paper and pencil out and take it along with me about some of the driving, some questions about driving, true and false statements, right out of the permit book. Some of them are, and some of them aren't. You decide. So we're gonna go through the test. We've got 15 questions to answer here, and our instructor is Steve Sunby. And join us if you dare.
Okay, class, time for the quiz. This comes out of Chapter 4 of the permit book. So I'm going to read the 15 questions. Pause, probably a couple seconds in between. Make sure you have time to write it down. So pay attention. I'm not going to repeat the question. It's going to come one time. Number 1. You may pass a car on the right by driving off the paved or the main travel part of the roadway. Number 2. At a flashing red light, you may proceed carefully without stopping. Number 3. You may park your car in a no parking zone if you stay in the car. True or false? Number 4. While driving in a 30 miles per hour speed zone, it's all right to speed up to 40 in order to pass a tractor. Number 5. 10 miles an hour is the speed limit for alleys. Number 6. When deciding what is a safe speed, just drive 5 miles an hour below the posted speed limit. Number 7. The Minnesota speed law says that you must drive a vehicle at a speed that is faster than reasonable under existing conditions. Number 8. You must stop at a sign only when you don't have the right-of-way. Number 9. You must stop at railroad crossings where stop signs are posted. Number 10. A policeman may issue a ticket only at the time of the violation. Number 11. A stop is not required if an emergency vehicle is approaching behind you with its lights flashing. Number 12. A driver of a vehicle must stop at least 20 feet from a stopped school bus with its stop arm out and red lights flashing. So in other words, it's taking, the kids are coming out of the bus. Number 13, signal 100 feet away from the intended turn. Number 14, yield to the car on your right. Number 15, now this is, you're going to do some drawing. You're going to be an artist. All right, draw the figure of a stop sign. What does a stop sign look like? We know it's red, and we know it's white, but what is the figure? The second one, what does a yield sign look like? The next one, letter C, the third one. What does a railroad crossing sign look like? What's a geometric configuration of a railroad sign? And the next one, what's a do not pass sign look like? And the last one, a school crossing sign. If you see this figure, you know that it's a school crossing coming up. Okay, now that's the quiz. We're going to go over the quiz with Carol and see how well she did. We know she got them all right.
Well, that was a tough test. I haven't taken a test that tough in a long time. Let's go through the answers here. Why don't you go ahead and read them? And
Okay, the first one says, you may pass a car on the right by driving off the paved or the main travel part of the roadway.
False.
False.
I said. Right.
All right, and the reason is, we have that, we call it a fog line that's on the right side. That divides the shoulder from the roadway.
Okay.
So if somebody is making a left turn in front of you, you can't go on the shoulder to pass them.
Okay. All right, number 2.
At a flashing red light, you may proceed carefully without stopping.
I put false.
And that's true. Yeah, it's false.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not true. It's false. You're right.
All right.
You're right, because a flashing red light means a stop.
Okay. Can you say you're right again? All right.
Okay.
Number 3.
Number 3, you may park your car in a no parking zone if you stay in the car.
I had false.
You're right again, Carol. You're right again. This happens at the high school all the time because we have all kinds of no parking at any time. And what do? We go up to those no parking zones and we wait for our kid to come out.
And idle.
And we're not supposed to be there.
Okay. All right. Number 4.
While driving in a 30-mile-an-hour zone, it's all right to speed up to 40 in order to pass a tractor.
I had false.
You're correct again. You're correct again. You're not going to go over the speed limit. Now, there is a new law on 2-lane roads. If you can go 10 miles an hour faster than the speed limit to pass somebody, but then you got to get back to 55.
Okay. All right. Number 5.
10 miles per hour is the speed limit for alleys.
I put true.
Correct again. You win the prize. Number 6. When deciding what is a safe speed, just drive 5 miles an hour below the posted speed limit.
I said false.
And you're correct.
Right.
Now that kind of leads into number 7 because I wanted to make sure I emphasize with the kids the Minnesota Basic Speed Law.
Okay.
And number 7 says, Minnesota Basic Speed Law says that you must drive at a speed that is faster than reasonable under existing conditions.
I put false on that one.
And you're correct. You need to drive by conditions, by the light conditions, by weather, and what the road conditions are like.
Okay.
Those dictate how you're going to drive.
All right. Number 8.
You must stop at a sign only when you don't have the right-of-way.
See, that only in there said false to me.
You're right again. You want to make sure that you stop at a stop sign.
Okay. All right. And number 9.
You must stop at a railroad crossing where stop signs are posted.
I had true.
That's true. We have a very favorite coach, Mr. Hoganson, that slid through a stop sign, and he's still here. We're sure happy with that.
Okay, number 10.
A policeman may issue a ticket only at the time of the violation.
I had false.
Yeah, they can pick you up later if you have a violation. Number 11. A stop is not required if an emergency vehicle is approaching behind you with its lights flashing.
I had false.
Correct.
Okay.
Number 12. A driver of a vehicle must stop 20 feet from a stopped school bus with its stop arm out and red lights flashing.
All right. I had false, but that actually is true.
True. We got to stay 20 feet back.
Okay.
And that's pretty close.
Okay.
13. Signal 100 feet away from your intended turn.
I had true.
True.
Right.
And don't put your signal on through an intersection.
Okay.
Pet peeve of Mr. Sunby.
Mark it down.
14. Yield to the car on your right.
Now, I had no idea what that meant, but that's at a stop sign, so I had false, but it's actually true.
Right, at a stop sign, the car on the right has the right of way.
All right.
All right, now we got these shapes.
All right.
And Carol, you got them all right.
I did.
Yeah. Stop sign looks like a...
octagon.
Sure.
Yield sign is a triangle.
Yes.
Railroad crossing, I had a cross arms, but it's actually a round circle.
Right, it's a circle.
And do not pass, not a Brett Favre with the slash through it, but actually a triangle.
It's a pennant.
A pennant, okay. Yeah. And school crossing is kind of looks a little bit like a house.
Like a house, yep. Very good.
Right.
And you only had 4 wrong.
4 wrong. So would I have passed?
In today's standards, you had 16 right.
Okay.
Okay, 16 right. That's better than 4 wrong.
All right. Think positive. That's what I like about you, Steve Sunby. All right. Well, we've done the paperwork, and soon we will be hitting the road. And Mr. Sunby will be taking me out in the car, and we'll see how it goes out on the road.
We bought brand new seat belts.
Okay. And that brake foot is in shape.
Oh, I've got that brake already.
All right. We'll see you next time on Hometown Happenings.